The author's early works are less philosophical and more experimental. Extension is only available under special circumstances. A laptop has been found at the biology lab. A person's educational level is closely associated with their economic background. Academic libraries across the world are steadily incorporating social media. All the educational reforms have been inadequately implemented. Americans have progressively found the growth in quantitative terms. Calculators allow us to add numbers without making mistakes. Convincing evidence to support this theory is hard to obtain. Honey can be used as food and health product. I thought it was thrown in a small meeting room. I will come back as soon as possible. Important details from the argument are missing in the summary. It is a debate about the value of knowledge. Linguistics is the scientific study and analysis of language. Make sure you choose a course that provides great career opportunities. Manufacturing now brings more people in than agriculture and fishing combined. Measures must be taken to prevent unemployment rate from increasing. Nurses can specialize in clinical work and management. Plants are the living things that can grow in land or in water. Practical experience is a vital part of legal training. Protective clothing must always be worn in the laboratory. Research shows that exercising makes us feel better. Salt is produced from the seawater or extracted from the ground. Strangely, people are spontaneously impressed by and are skeptical about using statistics. Students who attempt to go to the conference must register now. The deadline for this assignment is the next Wednesday. The Earth's atmosphere is mostly composed of nitrogen and oxygen gases. The exam system has been upgraded due to professional exams. The history of this university is a long and interesting one. The key witnesses of the event are factors of your conviction. The marketing budget has doubled since the beginning of the year. The qualification will be assessed by using a conference criterion approach. The stock market redesigned the market throughout the world. Timetables for the new term will be available next week. Traffic is the main cause of pollution in many cities. Trees benefit the city by absorbing water running off-road. Tribes vied with each other to build up monolithic statues. Tutors should set a clear goal at the start of the class. We can't consider any increase in our price at this stage. We no longer respond to any postal reference requests. Technology has changed the media we both used and studied. The student union hosts a variety of social events. Climate change is now an acceptable phenomenon among a group of reputable scientists. Accountancy students need to submit their dissertations this week. Some economists argue that the entire financial system is fatally flawed. And in that regard, as well as in other regards, it stands as an important contribution. He wrote poetry and plays as well as scientific papers. The department is organizing a trip to London in July. Before submitting your dissertation, your advisor must approve your application. In language learning, a systematic method of organizing new categories is essential. Journalism faces the crisis in the light of the digital revolution. Lectures are the oldest and the most formal teaching method at university. Students requiring an extension should apply sooner rather than later. The plight of wildlife has been ignored by local developers. The year when the ship of artifacts was wrecked interested historians. The ways in which people communicate are constantly changing. There is no ideal debate on this topic. You must set a security question when resetting your password. The first assignment is due on the 14th of September. Visual aid is really helpful for revising. All of your assignments are due on Wednesday. One student will be selected from each class. Our professor is hosting the Business Development Conference. Please confirm that you have received the textbook. The economic predictions turned out to be incorrect. The history department is very active in research. The student shop has a range of stationery. The study of nutrition is a growing field. Time and distance are used to calculate speed. University fees are expected to increase next year. Your ideas are encouraged in seminars or tutorials. A new collection of articles has just been published. Every student has the right and ability to succeed. I will come back to this in a moment. Packages are likely to be used in many computers. Please click the logo above to enter the site. There is a pharmacy on campus near the bookstore. Those lectures begin promptly, so do not be late. You need to hand in the essay next semester. The North Campus car park could be closed on Sunday. We can all meet at my office after the lecture. We have a great deal of debate on that topic. We were able to contact a number of research subjects. He has landed a job in a very prestigious law firm. It is clear that national trading system is a good thing. It is doubtful whether the projects can be finished this week. Many students live in the hall of residence in term time. The essay is easy to write once the research is completed. No more than 4 people can be in the lab at once. New media has transformed traditional national boundaries. The course involves pure and applied mathematics. The report contains the most important information. The synopsis contains the most important information. Archaeologists discovered tools and artifacts in ancient tombs. Consumer confidence has a direct influence on sales. Currently, the growth of the economy is unpredictable. Daily practice can build confidence and improve skills. Many diseases on the list have been eradicated. Neuroscience is a compound of completely separate parts. Nutrition plays a key role in athletic performance. Scientific benefit to space exploration is frequently questioned. Student representatives will visit classes with voting forms. The collapse of the housing market makes recessions. The college operates a system of continuous assessment. The dance department stages elaborated performances each semester. All dissertations must be accompanied by a submission form. An introduction is an essential element of a presentation. Clinical placements in nursing prepare students for professional practice. Communication skills have become more important in recent years. Conferences ought to be scheduled 2 weeks in advance. Consumer confidence tends to increase as the economy expands. Keeping organized class notes makes study time more efficient. Members should make mandatory contributions to social operating funds. New media has a significant impact on human communications. Researchers found that trees can relieve stress and anxiety. Reserved collection books contribute to the most achieved students. Scientists are always asking the government for more money. Students must wear protective clothing in the medical laboratory. Students who study overseas can significantly improve work chances. The amount of time spent on revision varies considerably. The application process may take longer than it's expected. The assessment of this course will begin next week. The morning's lecture on economic policy has been cancelled. They developed a unique approach to training their employees. We encourage students to complete applications before the deadline. We have sophisticated ways to study in brain action. When the roots of a plant failed, foliage suffers. You should hand in your assignment before next semester. You will be tested via continuous assessment and examinations. A good architecture is always very useful, durable, and beautiful. A strong liner is used to measure distance and baseline. Although sustainable development is not easy, it is our responsibility. Auditions for the university theater will be held next week. Close the door behind you when you leave the room. Education and training provide important skills for the labor force. Food containing overabundant calories supplies little or no nutritional value. Graphs and charts allow data to be more easily understood. His analysis appeared to be based on the 4th premise. Industry experts will discuss the opportunities in an optimal workforce. International exchanges form an important part of our study programs. It is absolutely vital that you acknowledge all your sources. Many birds migrated to the warmer areas for the winter. Many experts think that the world climate is constantly changing. Many students are now studying science, technology, engineering, and maths. Many university lectures can now be reviewed on the internet. Momentum is defined as a combination of mass and velocity. Peer group pressure has a significant effect on young people. Please remember to bring a highlighter to class next Wednesday. Poor posture and neck strain are common for office workers. Protective goggles must be worn in all the university's laboratories. Radio is a popular form of entertainment throughout the world. Sea levels are expected to rise during the next century. Some people are motivated by competition, while others prefer collaboration. Students are advised to use multiple methods for this project. Students find true or false questions harder than short answers. Students lived in the residence hall during the term time. Students will study the language literature in the ancient Greece. Sugar is a compound including carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen atoms. The aerial photographs were promptly registered for a thorough evaluation. The archaeologists' new discoveries stand out in previously overlooked foundations. The celebrated theory is still the source of great controversy. The commissioner will portion the funds among all the sovereignties. The course will help students to improve their pronunciation skills. The equality has not yet been achieved in this society. The faculty staff are very approachable, helpful, and extremely friendly. The most popular courses still have a few places left. The nation achieved prosperity by opening its ports for trade. The other book is not thorough but is more insightful. The speaker began by giving an outline of her presentation. The untapped potential of using the sun's rays is phenomenal. There are some doubts about whether these events actually occurred. Thousands of people turned out ahead of the prestigious election. Tomorrow's lecture has been cancelled due to the power cut. Tutorials are scheduled in the final week of the term. All students are expected to attend 10 lab sessions per semester. Although sustainable development is not easy, it is an unavoidable responsibility. Artificial intelligence has made significant progress for the last few years. Assignments should be submitted to the department office before the deadline. Castle was designed to intimidate both local people and the enemies. Climate change is not a pure reason for this scientific research. Digital scans of archive materials are provided for a small fee. Graduates from this course typically find careers in the financial sector. If finance is a cause of concern, scholarships may be available. If you need additional help, please visit the Student Resolution Center. It is really a comprehensive program covering both theory and practice. Listening is the key skill leading to success in this course. Optional tutorials are offered in the first week of the term. Packaging is very important to attract the attention of a buyer. Remember, the prestigious selection of student membership has strict eligibility criteria. Request for late applications will not be accepted under any circumstances. Students must attend the safety course before entering the engineering workshop. Students should leave their bags on the table by the door. The ability to work with fellow students cannot be stressed enough. The article considered the leisure habits of teenagers in rural areas. The artists tied with conservative politicians earned the roles of critics. The business policy seminar includes an internship with a local firm. The department will continue to offer 3 new scholarships next year. The farmers need to adapt to the changes of the climate. The office opens on Monday and Thursday following the freshman seminar. The student union will host a leadership conference for club members. The study of physiology involves in traditional sciences and social sciences. There is a welcome party for all new students each term. There is no economic reason why public borrowing is necessarily bad. Today we have a guest speaker who is visiting from Canada. We study science to understand and appreciate the world around us. You will write poetry and plays as well as scientific papers. A demonstrated ability to write clear, correct and concise English is bigotry. Behind the group, there is a flat cart drawn by the mules. Early streams of the economy in the Roman Republic will be examined. Every student has a regular meeting with his or her personal tutor. He was constantly looking for ways to bring industry and agriculture together. Making a mistake is fine as long as you've learned from it. More graduate training is often needed after the university study is finished. Please note that the seminar has been cancelled due to insufficient enrollment. Please note that the submission deadlines are only negotiable in exceptional circumstances. Speed is defined as how quickly a person or an object moves. The American astronomers made a plan for landing a spaceship on Mars. The campus tour will help you get familiar with the teaching facilities. The degree is taught by using a mixture of lectures and seminars. The full list of undergraduate programs can be found on the website. The lecture tomorrow will discuss the educational policy in the United States. The poster of this play is hung in the large lecture theater. The time of the maths lecture has been changed to 10:30. The university will seek a colossal renovation of the plain empty theater. The vocabulary that is peculiar in a specialist field is called jargon. There have been long periods of extreme weather throughout human history. While some people regard it as care, others regard it as reckless. All the student union students can register their names to get that service. During that time, people had large families as insurance against some children dying. The garden behind the university is open to the public in the summer. The shipwreck of this year ruined some artifacts which were interested to historians. The terms of illnesses and diseases are often confused despite the clear differences. The theme of the instrumental work exhibited more of a demure compositional style. Water taps on the campus will discourage the frequent use of plastic bottles. Americans have progressively defined the process of plant growth and reproductive development in quantitative terms. It is essential for companies to reduce the amount of harmful gases released into the atmosphere. The residence hall is closed prior to the academic building closing time at the end of the semester. The disease that was serious has now been eradicated. The northern campus car park is located behind the library. Imported default packages are likely to be used for most computers. You must answer security questions when you reset your password. Educational level is found to be related to social and economic background. The collapse of the housing market has triggered recessions throughout the world. Your ideas are encouraged to be discussed in seminars and tutorials. Books for children often contain many bits of illustration. Undergraduate students may pursue their specific interests within certificate programs. The artists tied with conservative politicians earn the roles of critics. The exam application system has been upgraded for professional exams. The course involves a combination of pure and applied mathematics. Educational level is found to be related to social and economic background. Mixture is defined as the compound of chemically separate parts. As student union members, you can influence and change our university. You will be tested via quizzes and a dissertation. The new articles for the study and the subject are collected. The essay contains most of the important information. The economic strength of the early Roman Republic will be examined.